Hello guys, we have been held draw at Crystal Palace home. Nevertheless, the team actually performed very well. They really did their best. We played very well until the 65 minutes when Zeski was brought off. Then the game began to change. Joshua Zesky may not be scoring, but he really brings a whole new vibe. He really makes a very great difference both on and off the ball. And he being in the pitch, he contributes a lot even when he is not scoring. So when Eric Ten Hag was going to do his substitution, I was thinking of maybe Garnacho was coming out for Rashford to come in. Then I was also looking at in the midfield either Bruno or Kobe Menu for Ugarte to come in. But nevertheless, he had a different plan altogether. Yes, all these players did very well, but we have to try as much as possible to be clinical enough. We had a whole lot of chances in the first half. We should have been leading by 3 goals, but we were not clinical enough. And that is what we keep on complaining about during this season. We play very good game, but at the end, we don't utilize our chances. And the one who does not have a good game will come from behind and then have their way out. Those are some of the things we actually have to pay much attention to, because if you are playing well, you should be scoring. And how will we score if we are not clinical enough? Because being clinical is very important. You cannot always be having ball possession, yet you'll be held to draw or even lose the game. Yes, people will not talk about your performance because you didn't win. They will only dwell on what you didn't do well. For example, today like this, you did very well. Possession, you were having it. The chances created, you were having it, but you couldn't convert those chances to goal. You were not clinical enough. And that is what the coaches have to work on. The manager has to work on. These players have to be clinical. Let's get as much as goals that we need, because it's not only the points. There are some situations you actually need those goals, and that is what we should be concentrating on. With the defense, Onana actually did well, but there was a tackle made by Martinez. I was not happy, and he should take note of those kind of tackles, because you can put your squad in trouble. Because assuming you are given red card and you are sent out, it will have a great impact on the game. The game will change, because you will now be playing 10 against 11. Definitely everything will change. So those are some of the things too they have to pay much attention to. In my previous video, I already made it that sometimes they starting Marcus and then Garnacho or Ahmad being on the bench. It's not that they cannot bench Rashford, but it depends on the kind of tactics the coach see. If the coach realize that if I start Marcus Rashford, he performs better, then if I bring this person from bench, he comes with a new vibe. The person comes with a new energy, everything different from the one who already starts. So if the coach realizes that starting Rashford and then bringing in either Ahmad or Garnacho at the later part, but sometimes we football fans or football lovers, we don't take these things into consideration and makes it look like maybe the coach is favoring the other person. Yes, there are situations whereby a coach will be favoring a player, which we have seen countless of time. But there are also situations that it is tactical wise that the coach decides to make those kind of decisions, looking at what they all bring on. There are some players, whether you bench them or you start them, they will come in and they will create a difference. Somebody like Garnacho, whether Garnacho starts or he comes from bench, especially when he even comes from the bench, you even enjoy him more. The kind of new strength he gives to the team, the kind of tackles and the way he's strengthening the team, it takes a different turn all around. The coach may also see that with regards to Rashford, when he starts, he performs better than when he comes from the bench. It depends on how the player perform. So the player starting from bench does not mean that that player does not deserve a place to start in the starting lineup, or the player starting does not also deserve it. It's just a tactical decision the coach has to take. And a player coming from bench to make a difference, that kind of player is not a small player to the team. It's not a player that should be underrated. Today like this, Rashford came from the bench, Ahmad and then Garnacho start. Did we get the results we were looking for? No. But nevertheless, they played very well. We were not just clinical enough. So those are some of the things you have to look at. The coach consider if we are not making progress and I speak to this player, tell him that this is what I want, he will definitely, when he comes on, he will make those difference. So nevertheless, I wouldn't say that the coach make a wrong substitute or a wrong starting lineup, because they all deserve the chance to start. And it's not that they didn't play. They played very well. We were just out of luck, and they have to try as much as possible to be clinical from now onwards. They have to build, and the clinical aspect is much needed, because we actually need win and not to be drawing or others scoring us. No, we want to be winning each game in and out. That is what we want, and they have to work on that. Without it being said, Rasmus Højlund is back, and he came on at the last minute, and we welcome him back and hope that he stay fit. And then let's see what will happen on our previous game. Today's game is gone. We have to focus ahead on the coming days, on the coming games. And with regards to Zexi, he really did well. He does not just play as a forward, as our number, as 9, as a striker. He is more than that. The way he drop to help and go back to his position is something recommended. Being a striker, your duty is to score. Yes, he is not being able to find the net, but nevertheless, he is able to also bring something different that makes him unique. And then with time, the goals will definitely flow. It's just a matter of time. And now that Højlund too is back, it will really help at the top position, the striking aspect. We now have 2 of them available, and then I just hope these 2 strikers stay fit for the team. And then we look ahead. For today's game is gone, and kudos, they have done well. They have done their best. Even though we didn't win, we draw, but they actually still did well, and they should try to be clinical on our next game and then on our previous game too. I will actually like to end my video here, and thank you so much for always supporting this platform. Please don't forget to like, share and comment, and see you in my next video. Bye for now.